Captain Aaron's boots crunched against the jagged rocks of the Valerian cliffside. The wind howled across the barren landscape, carrying with it the scent of sulfur and metal. He gritted his teeth, ignoring the sting of frost-bitten fingers. Ahead, the prison tower where Princess Lyra was held rose like a dark spear into the sky, glowing faintly with alien energy fields. Every step closer made his heart pound, not from fear, but from purpose. He had volunteered for this mission knowing the risks. Earth had sent him, a lone human, to infiltrate one of the most dangerous alien worlds in the galaxy. Valeria was not forgiving. Its forests were alive with predatory beasts, its skies patrolled by lethal drones, and its cliffs hid creatures that could kill in seconds. And yet, Aaron felt a strange sense of clarity. Humans were fragile, yes, but they were clever. Humans were brave, and that bravery had brought him here. Behind him, his small shuttle hovered, cloaked in energy dampeners. The alien sensors could not detect it, giving him a narrow window to act. He glanced at the readout. The tower's security grid pulsed in rhythmic waves. Timing was critical. One wrong step, and alarms would scream across the valley. Aaron adjusted the straps of his exosuit and activated the grappling hook. The metallic rope shot forward, embedding itself into the alien rock. He tested the tension and began his ascent. Every movement had to be precise. The cliffside was unforgiving. As he climbed, he remembered the message from the Human Council. Princess Lyra must be saved. No compromise, no casualties. He swallowed hard. No casualties? That would be impossible if he got caught. But humans had a way of doing the impossible. Halfway up the cliff, a sudden screech tore through the air. Aaron froze, pressing his back against the cold stone. A pack of Valerian sky hunters circled above. Their wings shimmered with dark energy, and their eyes glowed like molten metal. His pulse quickened. One misstep, and he would be torn apart before he even reached the tower. Aaron took a deep breath. He had trained for this. Every human soldier did. He activated the suit's stealth mode. The hunter's sensors scanned the cliff, but they couldn't detect him. Inch by inch, he moved upward, muscles burning, lungs gasping. The tower was close now, just a few dozen meters away. Inside the tower, Princess Lyra struggled against her restraints. Her violet eyes, filled with a mixture of fear and defiance, followed every movement of the alien guards. She had been captured during a diplomatic mission gone wrong, and the Valerian captors believed that no human would dare rescue her. They had underestimated him. Aaron reached the top ledge, pulling himself over with a grunt. The energy field surrounding the tower shimmered with lethal intensity. He scanned for a weak point. A small panel near the base of the field flickered. With careful precision, he hacked the system, watching as the energy waves dimmed for a few precious seconds. Timing was everything. He slipped inside. The tower smelled of metal, oil, and alien dust. The walls hummed with energy, and strange symbols glowed faintly along the floors. Guards patrolled, their movements mechanical and precise. Aaron ducked behind a pillar, waiting for the right moment. He could feel his heartbeat in his ears, each thump reminding him of what was at stake. Then he saw her. Princess Lyra, tall and elegant even in captivity, struggled against her restraints. The moment their eyes met, something shifted. She saw the determination in his gaze, the quiet promise that he would not fail. She held on to that hope like a lifeline. Aaron moved quickly. Using a combination of stealth and calculated strikes, he incapacitated the guards silently. One by one, they collapsed without a sound. He reached the princess, drawing a compact plasma cutter from his pack. The restraints sizzled and melted under the blade. Lyra rubbed her wrists, freed at last. "Captain Aaron?" she whispered, disbelief in her voice. "Yes, Princess, I'm here to get you out," he replied, scanning the room for more threats. There was no time for words. Alarms began to blare. Somehow, a hidden sensor had triggered despite his careful work. The Valerian defense forces would respond in minutes. Aaron grabbed Lyra's hand and they sprinted toward the exit. The tower shook as alien soldiers converged on them. Energy blasts cut through the air, narrowly missing the duo. Aaron's training took over. He ducked, rolled, and returned fire with his plasma pistol, precise and lethal. Lyra stumbled but held on to him, trusting him completely. Finally, they reached the cliffside again. Aaron anchored a second grappling hook to the rocks, giving them a route back to the shuttle. As they descended, creatures from the forests below began to rise, sensing movement. Sky hunters dived, their wings slicing through the air. Aaron fired at them, his shots true. But the creatures were relentless. Halfway down, he felt a sharp pain in his side. A plasma blast had grazed him. He gritted his teeth and pushed forward. Humans could endure pain, he reminded himself. Endurance was what separated them from fear. They reached the bottom just as the shuttle's engines roared to life. Aaron pulled Lyra inside, slamming the door shut. The shuttle lifted off, dodging energy blasts and aerial predators. The princess looked at him with awe. "You saved me," she said softly. Aaron gave a tired smile. "It's what humans do." But the victory was short-lived. Aaron's vision blurred. Pain radiated through his body from the injury. He slumped into the seat, his strength fading. Lyra reached out instinctively, fear flashing in her eyes. The shuttle landed on the Valerian capital's landing platform. The queen herself awaited them, regal and imposing. Her silver armor gleamed in the alien sun, and her piercing eyes locked onto Aaron. She stepped forward, raising a hand to stop the guards from detaining him. "This human, he is alive?" she demanded, her voice echoing across the landing bay. He saved me, Your Majesty," Lyra said, supporting herself. "He fought alone. He risked everything." The queen's expression softened, not with pity but with admiration. She studied Aaron, noting the blood on his suit, the sweat on his brow, the determination in his eyes. No human should survive what he had endured. And yet, here he was. "You will not die," she said firmly, turning to her healers. "Attend to him immediately." The guards murmured in shock. Saving a human was unprecedented. Alien laws dictated that outsiders, especially fragile humans, were not to interfere with Valerian politics or lives. Yet the queen ignored them. Aaron, half-conscious, barely heard the words. All he could think about was the princess, safe because of him. The human spirit, stubborn, unyielding, brave, had carried him through. As the healers approached, Aaron's thoughts drifted. He remembered Earth, his family, his friends, and the countless missions that had led him here. Humans were small in the galaxy, often underestimated. But in this moment, among the stars and aliens, their courage shone brighter than any superweapon. The Valerian queen watched over him as he was carried to the medical chamber. Her eyes were thoughtful. She had seen many warriors, many heroes, but never one like him. This human was different. "He is remarkable," she said quietly to Lyra. "He saved me," Lyra replied, her voice filled with respect and emotion. "Yes," the queen said, "and he will not be allowed to die, not while I command this empire." Outside the chamber, the galaxy seemed to hold its breath. A human had defied the impossible, rescued a princess, and survived the wrath of an alien world. And though Aaron didn't yet know it, his actions had set in motion events that would change the fate of planets, alliances, and even entire species. For now, he rested. His body was broken, but his spirit, unlike many in the galaxy, remained unshaken. The first part of his journey was over, but the true challenge, he sensed, was only beginning. Even dying, even wounded, even uncertain of the future, Aaron knew one thing. Humans were not meant to be underestimated. And in Valeria, That truth was about to shake an empire. Aaron awoke slowly, his eyes adjusting to the soft glow of the Valerian healing chamber. Strange, alien lights floated in the air, casting gentle shadows over the walls. The room smelled faintly of antiseptic and something sweet, like alien flowers he had never seen before. His body ached from head to toe, each movement sending a ripple of pain through his side and arm where the plasma blast had grazed him. Yet, he was alive. That simple truth filled him with a mixture of relief and disbelief. Humans were fragile, yes, but sometimes fragile could be extraordinary. He tried to sit up, but a gentle pressure held him down. "Do not move," a soft voice said. Aaron turned his head and saw a Valerian healer, tall and graceful, with silver hair that shimmered like moonlight. Her hands glowed faintly as she hovered over him. "Your injuries are severe. Attempting to move could worsen them." Aaron swallowed. "I saved her," he muttered, voice hoarse. "The princess is safe." The healer nodded. "Yes, that is why the queen insisted you be treated. She has said humans are remarkable creatures." Aaron blinked, unsure if he had heard correctly. The queen? Why would she care for a human? Aliens did not save outsiders, especially fragile humans who could barely survive their world. And yet, here he was, alive because of her. Before he could ask more, the door opened. Princess Lyra entered, walking carefully to his bedside. Her violet eyes, full of gratitude and concern, met his. "You're awake," she said softly. "I was worried you wouldn't make it." Aaron managed a small, tired smile. "I always make it, Princess. I'm human." Lyra laughed lightly, though worry still shadowed her face. "I've never met a human before. You are unlike anything I imagined." Aaron felt a warmth in his chest. Humans were often underestimated across the galaxy, seen as weak and fragile. Yet here he was, lying in a Valerian healing chamber, already earning the admiration of alien royalty. Before they could speak further, the chamber doors opened again. This time, the queen herself entered, her silver armor gleaming under the chamber lights. Her presence was commanding, yet not threatening. She moved with the calm authority of a ruler who had seen countless battles, countless lives lost and won. "You are awake," she said, her voice strong and clear. She studied Aaron for a moment, her piercing eyes assessing him in ways that felt almost intrusive. "And still alive. Remarkable." Aaron tried to sit up straighter, ignoring the pain. "Your Majesty, You will not speak," she interrupted gently. "You are injured, and your body must heal. But know this, no human who saves my daughter, no human who demonstrates such courage, will be allowed to die under my rule." Aaron blinked. You're serious?" The queen nodded. "Deadly serious. You have done what no human or Valerian would dare, and in doing so you have proven that courage, selflessness, and intelligence are not limited to one species." Aaron felt a surge of pride mixed with confusion. Humans were often dismissed in interstellar politics. Fragile, unpredictable, emotional, yet the queen saw value in him, not just as a tool or soldier, but as a human being. Lyra stepped forward. "He risked everything for me. He deserves to live, and more than that, he deserves respect." The queen's gaze softened slightly. "Then he shall have both. My healers will tend to him, and when he is ready, he will be given a place here, not as a prisoner, but as a guest and advisor. That is my decree." Aaron struggled to comprehend it. A human advisor to an alien empire? It was unimaginable. But in this world, humans had one advantage: their spirit. And apparently, the Valerian queen had recognized it. Over the next few days, Aaron's body slowly healed under alien technology far more advanced than anything on Earth. Bioluminescent devices mended broken tissue. Alien compounds purified his blood and accelerated recovery. Each time he regained a bit of strength, he marveled at the skill and care of his alien caretakers. Yet, healing the body was easier than understanding the politics of Valeria. He learned from Lyra that many within the Empire opposed the Queen's decision. Saving a human violated centuries of tradition. Valerian society was built on strict hierarchies, and outsiders, especially fragile humans, were often treated as insignificant or expendable. By saving him, the Queen had challenged the very core of her culture. Aaron listened, absorbing every word. Humans had always been underestimated, yet somehow their actions had the power to inspire and change alien civilizations. It was a lesson he understood well. One evening, as the twin moons of Valeria rose over the horizon, the Queen visited him again. This time, she did not wear her armor. Instead, a flowing robe of silver and blue shimmered as she moved toward him. "You understand," she began, "that saving a human is not universally accepted. Many see you as a liability, a fragile creature who could endanger us all." Aaron nodded. "I understand. But I did it because it was right. The princess, she had no choice, and I could help. Humans act on what is right, not what is easy or expected." The Queen regarded him silently for a moment. "And that is why I have chosen to protect you. Humans, they are small, yes, but they have a spark that others lack. Courage, creativity, morality. These are rare in the galaxy. You carry them in abundance." Aaron felt a strange sense of honor. Humans were often dismissed, underestimated, even ridiculed by more advanced species. Yet here, on an alien world, his qualities were celebrated. As the days passed, Aaron continued to recover. Lyra stayed by his side, teaching him about Valerian culture, language, and history. He learned of the Empire's long-standing rivalries, of the factions that would see both princess and human destroyed if given the chance. He began to realize that his mission was only the beginning. The galaxy was a dangerous place, and his actions had consequences far beyond a single rescue. One morning, Aaron accompanied Lyra to the throne hall. The Queen had summoned him. The hall was vast, filled with alien nobles, generals, and scholars. All eyes turned to him as he entered. Whispers filled the room. A human? Alive? Standing among Valerians? The Queen spoke. "This human saved my daughter. He risked his life when no Valerian dared. He acted with bravery, intelligence, and selflessness. For this, I honor him." Aaron bowed, feeling the weight of the moment. Humans were often judged by their fragility, but here, his courage was recognized. Some nobles grumbled, some whispered in disapproval, but none could argue with the Queen. She was clear. Aaron would not be harmed. He would be protected. He would be heard. Over the next few weeks, Aaron observed the political currents swirling around him. Factions loyal to tradition saw him as a threat, a challenge to Valerian supremacy. Others, impressed by his courage, began to see humans as valuable allies. Aaron realized that his simple act of bravery, saving a princess, had shifted the balance of the Empire. In quiet moments, he reflected on what had brought him here. Humans were not the strongest, not the fastest, not the most advanced, but humans were clever, adaptable, and fearless when it mattered most. And now, on Valeria, he was living proof of that truth. Then came the warning. One of the Queen's trusted generals approached him privately. "Captain Aaron," he said, voice low, "others will not accept you easily. There are factions planning to strike. They see you as weak, as a human who should have died. Your presence alone is dangerous." Aaron listened carefully. I understand, but I won't run. Humans face danger all the time. That's how we survive. That's how we win." The general nodded, impressed despite himself. "Then prepare yourself. The galaxy does not forgive weakness." That night, Aaron stood on the balcony of the palace, looking out over the sprawling alien city. Lights shimmered like stars on the ground, alien ships hovered in the distance, and somewhere, enemies plotted his destruction. Yet he felt no fear. Humans were small in the galaxy. Yes, but their courage was limitless. One human had already saved a princess, survived against impossible odds, and earned the trust of an alien queen. What else could they achieve? Princess Lyra joined him, her hand brushing his shoulder gently. "You've changed everything," she said softly. Aaron smiled, looking at the stars above Valeria. "No, the galaxy changed me, but humans can change the galaxy too." The first part of his recovery had ended. The queen had declared him untouchable. The princess trusted him, and though danger still lurked in the shadows, Aaron knew that humans' greatest strength, courage, ingenuity, and heart would guide him through what was to come. And on Valeria, that spark of humanity had begun to shine brighter than ever before.